It's a little of everything. Skrillex to Billy Joel to Van Halen to Linkin Park.
Slow down time, the sun turns to ice.
I think there's always a label that people want to go in and understand immediately. Oh, there's a DJ opening. Oh, he's going to be on a fold-out table. I think that is absolutely the crutch that people try to lean on, but it's exciting because we get to give them something they really didn't expect. Sort of asking the what if question of like, okay, what if this is something more organic in a guitar or it's a vocal or whatever, and then vice versa. It's like, what if this guitar part was actually something arpeggiated, not really limiting to it's this or that. I really don't try to go in and be like, okay, this has to be more electronic or it has to be more metal, or I'm gonna just try to throw synths into something. It's sort of just like what I think is gonna fill a space. Being on the Avenged Sevenfold tour and even talking with the band a lot, they were like, we're really excited to see how people react. 20 minutes in, they're like, okay, this is cool. And then by the end, they're like, oh, this is really cool, like I get it. And it takes giving them something that they're familiar to, which is guitar, vocals, metal, screaming, all this stuff, and just putting it in a different, sort of vantage point for them to enjoy, which is the visual aspect and totally different audio based. There's a few different ways that I contribute to songs, which is the live aspect of write stuff because it's going to pop off live and it's for a dance floor and that matters. And then there's the writing the records for listening purposes and sort of the songwriting aspect. At the end of the day, when I'm looking at someone listening to my music, if they're not doing this and they can't groove to it and it doesn't make sense that way, it doesn't really feel like I did my job as a dance producer in that way. Of course, there are moments where, again, we're breaking those rules and we're kind of doing stuff that does not fit in that space. And it is just about the listening aspect and it is about the effect that it creates emotionally. But 9 times out of 10, it's about how that reaction is. It's like people want to move. I think the beauty about electronic music is that the way that most producers write and record is all stages are kind of happening at once. We're writing on the road, we're writing on a laptop, we're writing from samples. You're kind of going off of what you have, and when you're mixing as you go kind of thing, you kind of hear a different idea and you go back and you add stuff. So there's not really like we're gonna put everything on the drawing board and it's like, here's your guitars, bass, drums, whatever, which is pretty standard for getting an album done or getting a record. It's very much just figuring things out as you go. That's kind of what I love about dance music as compared to writing metal and things like that. It's a much more structured vibe, I think, compared to just seeing what happens. Fluidity is the most important thing for me when it comes to the live aspect. It's a very visually driven show now, with dance, it's lighting and lasers and LED and visuals and everything. So trying to do stuff that doesn't distract the crowd and instead enhances everything. It's vocally keeping things very clean and simple and not having to sort of like pull them out of what they're trying to do, which is just dance and enjoy whatever else is going on in front of them, and being more visually stimulating in that way. And then same with the guitar, is sort of coming out and surprising them instead of just standing there and playing guitar for 90 minutes, because with dance music, they want consistent shock factor. But I think that that's really like the big thing of what I do, is a lot of the quick mixing. It's a lot of just very quick surprises and sort of keeping people engaged, as compared to the song starts, here's what happens, and the song ends to the next thing. Like, it is just very rapid fire. I think it's doing the simple stuff well than trying to do really complicated things poorly. It has always kind of been our approach of like, just make it digestible while still very exciting. This is the signature Sullivan King Demented Rage, whatever. I don't remember what we actually named it. We went through however many iterations of it. And it was based just kind of on like a big amalgamation of everything I loved that they had of guitars. Very sleek design, very lightweight, Sustainiac pickups, Apocalypse, which is their pickup for the bridge, Floyd, simple inlays, black blood splatter, red trim. It's a very simple guitar that can do so very much. For me, like when I'm writing and when I'm playing live, like it's just a very big reminder of what I truly started with in music and what I love so much. Like, we originally started talking about, well, what if we added some like MIDI aspects to it? What if we did some like more electronic stuff? And I was like, at the end of the day, like, I started as a guitar player. I love being a guitar player. I'll die a guitar player. Like, that is just really where my love and passion is for music. I was talking with Sinister Gates, Brian from Avenged Sevenfold, about I had to kind of step away a lot from how much I practice and learn, and I miss it so much. because of DJing and singing and writing and songwriting and mixing and mastering, all the other stuff that's come with what I do and how much I want to implement this more in my life again. He's like, dude, you're gonna get time to do that. Like, definitely just focus on what you love right now, and you're gonna find a year where you just evolve in guitar. And he was a very big help with that. Really lucky to be friends with like some of the most brilliant producers, I think, and songwriters. Grabbit's probably my absolute best friend, and he is one of the greatest songwriters I have ever known and seen and heard. Apache is another guy. He's like a guy that does a lot of orchestral crossover stuff and electronic. He's wicked. Kill the Noise was a very big inspiration for me growing up. Selenium, Dabin, Excision, Subtronics, like all these guys, Marshmallow. Very lucky to be around some really wicked dudes that just always have a different perspective on songwriting and producing, and wicked. Always learn something new from them. You learn the rules so you know what to break. That's how you sort of discover something new. I think that was definitely a very big part of why I started doing what I was doing. DJ shouldn't really play guitar and do this live. Like, no one's gonna get it. And I was like, well, then that's probably what I should pursue and try to figure out a little bit more. And that was absolutely like one of the best moves, I think, for me, as far as like fulfilling a musical journey, was doing the things that everyone was kind of like, yeah, I don't know, it's not gonna really work, or it's not sort of the normal thing. That's always kind of like what I think people should drive into and figure out.